Hey, what's up, everybody? Video 44 coming into another video. All right, so I'm in Van Nuys right now. I had to go to the Quest Diagnostics lab place and get some blood work done, getting prepared for my colonoscopy. I think that's how you say it. I think I figured it out. Colonoscopy on Monday. It is Wednesday, so yeah, I didn't know what I was in for going to Quest Diagnostics. They didn't tell me nothing at all. So I was just told to bring my paperwork, make sure that I take care of that prior to being at the prior to going into the colonoscopy. So I'm like, okay, no problem. She was rushing me out the door when I went down there initially to that meeting a couple weeks ago. It was like they were so fast about giving me all the information prep that it was like she forgot to tell me the steps necessary for the Quest Diagnostic situation. So I went down there and expecting that there wouldn't be no need for me to have fasted. I know I have to fast prior to the colonoscopy itself, but I wasn't told I needed to fast for Quest Diagnostics. So I came here full. My stomach is full, and when I sat down in the office with the lady, she was like, "You're supposed to be fasting. I can't do my test unless you fast." I'm like, they didn't tell me that. In fact, they didn't even tell me I was going to be doing anything in regards to myself today other than just bringing paperwork to you. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just making sure I'm here. So she was like, "That's okay. Make sure you ask questions next time." I was like, I don't know the context of what questions to ask. You know what I mean? Like, I've never done anything like this. So this is all new to me. This is the first cycle for me. Now, next time I have a colonoscopy, I'll have an idea because of this, but I don't have any idea what to ask. You know, so that's the thing. I mean, I was able to, luckily enough, when she went over what it was that she needed from me, it turned out I did not need to fast for the Quest Diagnostic stuff today. All she needed to do was take 3 vials of blood. So we sat down, did that rather quickly, and I was in and out of there in like 25 minutes. And that's good because they usually want you to make an appointment. That's also something they didn't tell me. She told me to bring it. She didn't say call them and make an appointment prior to going. So it's just like they just did not prepare me for this at all. But, you know, just the same, I feel like it all worked out because there was nobody there but me when I got there. So they were able to take me immediately upon walking in. Now, initially, it was a little tricky because I had it in my mind that I was going to go to a different Quest Diagnostics. Took half a trip to the place just to find out that they were closing sooner than I was actually set to get there. I thought that they all closed at 5 o'clock. The one I was going to happened to be closing at 4 o'clock. So I thought I was screwed just now, but I checked for where another one was, and it was very close to where I was, closer than the other one was, ironically enough. So all I had to do was like walk a half a foot across the street, catch another bus that would have immediately taken me only like 3 blocks away from where I had to connect to another bus, which was only 3 blocks away from the place. So it's like, yo, this was a closer one. It closed later. Why was it stated that the other one was closer to where I was? I don't know, but God worked that out tremendously because I was in the right place to get to the other one, which was even closer to where I ended up finding myself. So it's all weird. I don't know what the hell's going on with today, but it's working out very, very well. Things could have teetered one way or another, and it's running perfect. I was hopeful they didn't want me to do any stool samples because I didn't bring all my prep stuff for that, soap and stuff like that I definitely would have brought if I had to do something like that. Luckily enough, nothing like that was necessary. So I'm very thankful they didn't have to do any of that. So yeah, man, it just kind of worked out. You know, God worked it out for me in a way that just was really divine, man. I didn't know what I was coming down here for. I thought all I was gonna have to do was hand them some paperwork. I didn't know I was gonna need to do any tests. I didn't even know this was a lab until I got down here, really. So I was like, what the hell? But yeah, man, I mean, my last couple of days have been pretty isolated. I've been just kind of doing my production thing with this basketball stuff, following the Lakers. The playoffs did great last night, won their second game in a row in the playoffs, so we're feeling great about the team, and been doing a lot of playlist work as well. I did yet another Bot Soul playlist 2 nights ago, so I call that Quad Bot Soul. It's my 4th entry of the AI soul music comedy stuff. I thought that one was fun to make. And yesterday I stayed home with the intention of doing art for one of the 2 playlists that I had available. And when it was time to sit down and actually do that, I didn't feel like doing it. What I felt like doing was working on yet another playlist. So that's what I ended up doing. I ended up prepping myself for what would eventually be another playlist that night. I ended up gathering all the music necessary for what ultimately would be like a house music playlist or something like that. So it's a lot of dance, a lot of up-tempo music, dance music. It was pretty good. And I enjoyed making that last night till about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I was up making that. Believe it or not. I had slept after prepping the music, putting all the good songs together that would be set to be sorted. I took me a nice little daytime nap between like 5 p.m. and like 8:30. So I was up after that. I was up. Did everything I normally do, watch the game. Actually, it wasn't 8:30 because the game started at 7:30. So 7:30. Probably somewhere between 4 o'clock and 7:30 or something like that. I had taken that little nap, and that kind of carried me over for the rest of the night. That would allow for me to have the type of night that I had where I was able to get into the lab and really dig in with that house music. So that was fun, man. I had a lot of fun with that, and that I'll be doing art for that one too. I'm now backed up 3 playlists that need to be having artwork done for them. So I'm pretty sure that stuff won't be complete for another week and a half, 2 weeks probably, with everything I got ahead of me. So yeah, just doing it, man. Doing what I do. Like just kind of allowing God to sort through my motivation for everything. I just kind of been floating. Monday morning I did not wake up on the right side of the bed. I was feeling down for no reason. And I turned to God and did all my prayer. Asked him to take that from me. By the time the night ended, I was feeling good. Had forgotten I even felt that way. And I've just been kind of just following my nose as it pertains to what I've been doing each day. Playlist work, really being productive, because I know I got this colonoscopy coming up, and with the uncertainty of what that should be like and all of the different things that have to do with leaving the room around the same time I need to be fasting for that, doing a little transfer thing that has to be done every 3 weeks. It just so happens where this is falling around that same timeline, so it's going to be very difficult to kind of do all that I need to do, but it just has to be done. And so that I think is probably what catered to a lot of that I was dealing with. But at the same time, it's like when you understand that you have things that you have to accomplish that are for your health, that you've been putting off for a long period of time, you really don't give yourself any room to not accomplish those goals. You're going to do what you have to do, and that's kind of the mindset that I'm in right now. Just resting up. I was really tired, to be honest with you, around Monday too, and I just felt like I hadn't been able to get the rest I was telling you guys last time I was able to sit, talk to you guys out here. I was really trying to accomplish some stuff on Saturday that involved me walking a lot, and that's normally decent for me, but I was already tired. I had to do laundry, I had to go out, I had to do this and that. I just wasn't finding a way to get rest. And so these last couple of days I've been resting. I've been really sleeping well, and I feel like I'm back to normal as it pertains to my energy. Today I felt energetic and ready for the day ahead, but what I didn't know was that I was going to be giving blood while I was out. I didn't know that. So I feel fine though, and this walk has helped. The rest probably made it even better, and I'm glad I went when I did, because I was telling myself I needed to go to Quest yesterday. I was telling myself I needed to go to Quest Monday, not knowing that I was going to have to go all the way out the way. This process would be as it was. I would need to give blood. This would have been so much more difficult those days. Today was the right day for it. And so, we just roll with the punches. Whatever is next, I'm pretty sure I'm going to handle it the same way. Faith first, and in alignment with understanding that God's got my back, and to just follow Him on whatever it is. Be close to Him on whatever it is. I've been over here before. It's funny because it's been a while since I've been over here, but I had to come this way for something. I think it was when I was trying to visit my cousin, who I was going to be meeting at Laurel Canyon. I think that's what this was. Yeah, because I sat at that bus stop across the street from where I am right now and had a good conversation with a random dude. He's telling me about his struggles. He had just got out of jail, that kind of thing. And it was very distinctive, just that whole process. I haven't been over here since. It's been over a year. I think that's what this was. Either it was that, or I was trying to get to a place where I could buy my phone. It might have been the phone process. I don't know. It might have been both. I might have actually found myself over here both of those times. But whatever the case may be, I'm crossing a familiar stomping grounds, and I think if I'm not mistaken, the Trader Joe's that I'm going to is a Trader Joe's that I went to that day as well. So it's a full circle thing for me, just looking around where I'm at. And yeah, it is what it is. But if anything, man, I just say, hey, man, whatever God wants to do, I'm kind of up for it. That's how I've been handling this whole situation with this colonoscopy and the things that needed to prepare me for that. It hasn't been the same type of anxiety that I'm used to as it pertains to, okay, I'm scared or how this is going to work out, or I'm unsure how I'm going to handle it. It just hasn't been a whole lot of that type of thought. Thinking, really. It's just, okay, what are we doing next? Let's do it. All right, cool. Okay, so I know I don't want to go up that way. Let me make sure I know where I'm going.